Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Husker Homer Friday. Welcome into the morning. Hookup, fill up, Elijah Herbal. End of the week, baby. Happy Friday. Speaking of buses, you'll be hanging out stuff in the bus coming up, won't you?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Is that the reference here? Did you make the relationship like bus and stuff in the bus for a great cause?
You got lucky. You thought deep on this tonight.
Today, I don't know. I'm in that mode today when I'm thinking. My wife asked me this morning, she was upstairs, and she texted me, go, you okay? I go, look, I am locked in. I'm just locked in today. Just going about the day, make sure everybody's Friday got off to a great start in the house. I'm a believer in morning times should be all helping people get off to a great start, especially Fridays.
Especially Fridays with day 2 of Cornhusker construction traffic going on. Cornhusker traffic construction. There it is.
I was a lot better this morning, except I did forget.
I did feel like a lot of people chose a route other than Cornhusker today. The traffic did not feel as busy of like everyone going insane. I feel like a lot of people this morning were like, all right, I can pick a route that is not Cornhusker Highway.
Yeah, I was just going about my morning this morning, driving my normal route, and I got to the light, and I'm like, oh, I forgot. Just made a little left, go around. It wasn't bad. Maybe 6 extra minutes out of my way.
Meanwhile, I took a different route this morning, and I left my house early in order to accommodate that route. And as you saw, Hooksy, this morning, I was here much earlier than usual. It caught me off guard. I think that's because the Cornhusker traffic was not as bad this morning that I really kept it moving this morning, but I was expecting to have to take some extra time this morning. Not the case.
You rocked it. When you walked in, it was like no one in the building was like, whoa.
Probably not a good thing.
I wasn't ready for that. No, we all know the standard times that people walk in.
Yeah,
you can
true.
tell.
Yeah, it's true.
Nobody you march your own thing. Like I can sit here, I get here around 8:20 somewhere around there because whatever it takes me to get across town. I know by 8:28 to 8:32, Moats is going to walk in and have our pleasantries in the morning. We'd catch up.
That's about the time that he finishes up all his morning newscasts as well.
Around 8:20, there's a break over here in KFOR. Somebody walks through for his break. We give a little fist bump. Good mornings. It's creatures of habit around here.
Mm-hmm.
You got coffee this morning, though?
Yeah, I did.
How's that?
Good. I had so much time this morning.
I don't even know what to do. What am I going to do with all this extra time I got? But welcome in. Welcome in. We got a lot to get to today.
I will say, not the best coffee I've ever had. I'll finish it, but
coffee. Yeah,
coffee's coffee.
Some days coffee is coffee.
But this is,
and some days you need it more than others.
This coffee's like it's a 4.5 out of 10.
Ooh boy, that's a rough one.
4.5 out of 10 coffee, which is finished. Rough. I can finish that. Finishable.
Oh yeah. At what like there's got to be a level where you can't finish.
There's
a level.
That tastes like watered down. If it's watered down Folgers, I might not finish it.
Yeah,
but even then, I still might.
It can be watery. No,
watered down Folgers is like a 2 out of 10 on the coffee scale.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And then 1 out of 10 is instant coffee. But
why?
I'd say instant coffee is about the only coffee I'm.
Question is why?
Instant coffee?
Yeah, like you must be low.
Camping usually.
Low.
If I'm going camping, sometimes I do the instant coffee.
Yeah, but isn't there like a level even when you're camping? Like there's certain things you just can't dip below and not go without.
I bring a percolator.
Oh, time for the percolator.
On the camping trip, it goes right on the fire. That's usually the coffee I make. But
there's certain things. But wherever I go, it's vacation. Wherever I'm at, it's coffee.
Yeah,
it is coffee. I will not budge or, can't. It's one of those things. It's like when I travel with my kids. There's 2 things that all 3 kids, if we go on vacation, what they can't live without. It's their pillow and their own blanket. They all bring their own pillows. They all bring their own blankets.
It's good coffee's up there for me.
Also, there's things that we can't do without, which we'll get to. A lot of Nebraska talk today. We're going to jump on here and talk Nebraska baseball here coming up. Big opening game tonight. Big series against USC coming up. I'm going to jump into a little Major League Baseball. I was thinking about this, and I saw it come across. Pitching, Mason Miller right now. We got to talk about it.
We talked about it a little bit last week.
Yeah, but come on, man.
I've never seen major league hitters look more
distraught,
just confused, uncomfortable in the batter's box.
Game over when he walks out. So we'll talk a little bit about that today. NBA, NHL playoffs are off and rolling. Big games tonight. The Almanac, Jeff Moats, hour number 2, high school baseball. And your 9 o'clock keyword, 9 a.m. keyword, KID, K-I-D. You can text that word at 402-258-2800 for a chance to win $1,000. We're halfway home with our words. Week number 2. KID, K-I-D. We're also talking Nebraska basketball portal as there's some movement starting to happen, some predictions. One guy is out. Weird portal situation there.
As the portal turns, there's been many a development, but not much a resolution.
Yes.
I guess the best way to put it.
And I know a lot of people were filler and all this, and it's just that one just seems to be not the fit. And I think that's one thing you'll look at when we talk portal with Nebraska basketball is they're not going to try to fit something that doesn't work in their scheme.
We also have some a little bit of breaking news that we have to get to.
Go for it. I didn't refresh the Twitterverse yet.
A Regions vote coming next Friday for a $600 million Memorial Stadium project with plans for a South Stadium rebuild following the 2026 season.
That's big for a lot of people.
Yeah, they have put this one back on the docket. This was the discussion because it's been talked about this week in the Huskerverse, because if the Regions did not get it on the docket and moving right now, it was going to be tabled. It was going to have to be tabled essentially until next offseason. But they've got that up and moving. So
a lot of talk around
potential $600 million project on the table. I believe this comes from Sean Callahan.
It's so interesting in that one. Again, I wrote it down. We're going to get to that. We'll move that one. But I got thoughts.
I have plenty of thoughts.
Yes. But let's get to the big task that is in front of us. It is the big baseball series this weekend. Nebraska, USC coming to town. Number 12 in the country, I believe. Number 12 in the country. We've got the rotation now set, what we're looking at.
And we called it yesterday?
Yes, we did. So, man, just some of the tell of the tape, how big this is for Nebraska. And then we'll start thinking about this is the biggest series at Haymarket Park since when? It has been a long time.
Since Nebraska joined the Big Ten.
Yes. It's been a long time since there's been an anticipated series like this and what it means for Nebraska's regional hosting situation. Big one. But Coach Bolt told you yesterday, we're going to go Kotsky, Yasa, Gavin, Blockwitz.
Yep.
In that order. And I love it.
That money to me. Let me first lay that out, because we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I'll reset it again. Cooper Kotsky is the guy that you trust more than anyone on that pitching staff to go get you 6 and change, if not 7 innings. No matter if he's on his, and you can talk about this as a pitcher, Hooksy, former pitcher, I should say.
I still throw BP.
As a pitcher, sometimes you have your A game, sometimes you have your B game, sometimes you have your C game. Yep. It's going to happen, and there's factors outside your control. Recovery throughout the week, the weather conditions that you're facing. Sometimes with the air pressure and the moisture, your breaking ball is just not going to break like it usually does. Sometimes it's going to be breaking more than it usually does. Sometimes you're going to have extra control. Sometimes you're not going to. That's just the life of a pitcher.
All about adjustments on the bump. It's
not always about like sometimes you see these pitchers in the MLB that are just so consistent that they make it look easy. For 99% of pitchers, there are factors outside their control that determine how good their stuff is on any given day. Cooper Kotsky is the guy on this staff that at this point in time, no matter what those factors do to his game, he's going to go get you deep into a ball game. He's I think one of the best adjusters, game manager. He gets deep into his starts, and that's what you want on a Friday night. Because I'm probably going to say all this and just absolutely jinx the kid.
Nope,
you're pulled after 3 tonight. But he's the guy that you have the most confidence in. I have the most confidence in to go get you deep into a start because of, I think it's the mentality. I think it's between the ears. You need that on a Friday night because you don't want to wear into that bullpen. You want to give yourself the most possible bullpen options on Saturday and Sunday. So you throw Kotsky on Friday. Yasa was the other name that was kind of discussed. Yasa, whenever he's on it, he can go light up an opposing lineup. Just absolutely mow him down. He has got the best stuff on the team. I love that in a Saturday spot. Whenever you have a chance to potentially go win a series. the nasty stuff. The guy who's throwing high 90s with a just devastating slider.
It's amazing.
Best stuff.
Yep.
But whenever he's wild, it can get ugly quick. And that's what happens whenever you have a pitcher that's got that high 90s fastball, crazy slider. Whenever he doesn't have it on any given day, whenever he gets wild, it can be a quick start. So yeah, throw him in on Saturday, hoping you got the win on Friday night, thinking this could be for a series victory. And hey, if you drop it, it's okay. You still go to Sunday. Where you have Sunday, Gavin Blackwitz, he's been a steady force. I would probably put him down in terms of stuff behind Ty Horn.
He's right behind him.
But I think he's been one of the more consistent guys that you've had. Put him in on a Sunday, trust your offense to go get you a win on a Sunday with a consistent pitching performance. Go tell your bats, hey, we're probably going to need a few runs here, but we have a guy in the bump that we trust. And then Ty Horn out of the bullpen, we've talked about this plenty this week. It's I think the 1-2 combo you could have with Ty Horn and Jay Sean Unger could be special.
Yeah, you look at this, and I think perfectly said on the way the rotation is set, the roadmap to success. The Horn situation is, we can look back at one of those moments and go, man, what a move by that staff, by Will Bolton's staff. When we look back at it, pitching is going to be the theme of this entire series on both sides. You got your rotation set for Nebraska. You look on the flip side of this, Coach Bolt talked about it yesterday. The staff on the other side, number 2 staff in the entire Big Ten. They've got you're going to face Mason Edwards, a lefty tonight with great stuff, 6-0 with a 1.35. Tomorrow, Grant Govel, 7-0, 2.13. Their Saturday guys at Andrew Johnson, 3-1 with a 3.66. Now, on the flip side, it's going to be pitching based on that. All right. So you got the 2 staffs, and then you look at the USC offense on their side, 15th in the Big Ten. They're tied for 15th in the Big Ten. Not a great offense. Where your Nebraska staff can line up and shut them down. Can our bat score enough runs?
Yeah. And I think there's a little bit more to that in terms of how do you go score those runs. Patient at bats are going to be so big these first 2 days, Friday and Saturday. Go look at how UCLA did it. Where did UCLA do their damage against this USC pitching staff? They did damage to the bullpen for the most part. Go out there, see if you can get a pitcher up to 80 pitches through 4 innings. Have that USC staff, and you can put up 0 runs.
You can get there.
You can put up 0 runs through 4 innings, but if you get that pitcher to 80 pitches, that starter, that's a win for you. That's what I'm looking at. Can you have long ABs? Hey, an 8-pitch at bat ending in an out is still a win for Nebraska through the first couple innings of this game.
It's going to take that patience.
Yeah,
I think long ABs, patient ABs, productive outs.
Yeah, make them work.
Right, productive outs too. If there's an opportunity, you got to runner on second, less than 1 out, get them over. 2 runs could be big. Scraping unproductive, like the productive outs in this one now, and it's longer ABs, productive outs. Limit the strikeouts if possible in this type of situation in these games because you're facing a guy tonight, Mason Edwards. Look at these stats. My goodness. 95 strikeouts in 53 innings. How you feel about that one? 95 strikeouts, only 26 walks. He's given up 11 runs this year. 8 earned. That's it. It will be a night tonight where you have to do exactly what you just said. Be patient at the plate. Take the opportunities when you get them. Tonight's going to be, it's also, I think the weather impact will be interesting to see how this plays out. Because again, I saw like 54 possibly at first pitch, somewhere around there. Get into the 40s at night. 25 to 35 blowing, gusting to 40 possibly.
It's advantage Nebraska.
It is advantage Nebraska on that one.
And as you go back, UCLA, best team in the country. I know their win streak just ended, but how did they get Mason Edwards on a Friday night? Something I talked about. He went 4 2/3 and threw 95 pitches.
Whoa. That's where you got it. You got to get it to that point.
Gave up 3 runs, I believe. Let me make sure I have this right. UCLA, whenever he left the game, it was tied at 2-2, I believe.
Okay.
And then UCLA went on to win that game 12-4 whenever they got to the bullpen. Get that pitch count up there.
Get it up there.
Don't let him get to 6 innings. If
they get deep in this game,
if you have Mason Edwards getting into the 7th inning, alarm bell time for Nebraska.
Well, no, I think that's
where some issues.
But I think that's where that makes this matchup intriguing tonight because of what you said about Cooper Kotsky.
Yeah.
Again, I'm looking at the stats of their offense. Their offense is not very good statistically. Kotsky is a guy that if Edwards gets that far, he's probably has the potential to be right there with him. Going that long, right? Get both these guys in the 6th. I think if both these guys get to the 6th, and at some point that pitch count gets high and you get to them, I think it's an advantage Nebraska late in these games. Because I would vision in my head at that point, Kotsky to 6th. Hello, number 2, Ty Horn coming in. And if you get to their bullpen, you can squeak out a couple of runs here and there.
Well, and think about if you can get Kotsky through 7, which that's a tough ask, but through 7, 1 inning of Horn, 1 inning of Unger.
Yep,
those guys are ready to go the rest of the weekend. You know, you could realistically have Unger go in and pitch again 1 inning tomorrow night.
Yeah.
You could have Ty Horn come in and still pitch 3 or 4 on Sunday.
This is an all hands on deck staff this weekend. Get ready. I don't know if you can express how important this one is to win a series like this for Nebraska in the regional setting of this. Look at their schedule the rest of the way out. Coach V just texted and said, played, and he goes, weird weather day, bundle up. It's going to be a chilly evening at Haymarket Park. Space. Enjoy it, USC. I think that's a factor. Because again, you look at that weather blowing 25 to 35. It's gonna feel like 40s when first pitch. A guy like me, it's baseball guy. I'm already thinking I'm on a bundle up tonight. Seeing all the red stocking caps, running around the ballpark. It's gonna be busy. It's gonna be packed.
We're built for this round.
We are built for this. USC is not. Now you're gonna have to play the game. You got to go out and throw strikes. Do all the little things. It's just one of those games where when you look at it on paper, when you got 2 guys that are on the bump on each side, this is a take advantage when you can. I feel like this is it's like watching the Masters a little bit. Don't attack the places you're not allowed to attack, but attack when you see that opportunity for that birdie. You're like, oh, I can attack. It's taking the opportunities. Execution. I'd be interested tonight to see how Nebraska plays it on the offensive side. Runner on first, nobody out. Let's say you get the leadoff on. I anticipate in a game like this where runs will be, and again, talking statistically, where runs are going to be at a premium. If you see the get him on, get him over, get him in mentality from Nebraska, a little bit more small ball opportunity tonight. You know what I'm saying? Get a run on first. Oh, here comes out the bunt. Let's execute and score a run.
I'm trying to do some quick research here and see if there was ever a game that this cold that USC has played in this year.
Yeah, where have they even played?
I'm going through all the weather in Los Angeles for every single day of this year so far. I'm seeing their coldest game as being in the low 60s. They played in Evanston, Chicago, St. Patty's Day weekend. That was somewhat chilly. So you got a little bit of quick snow flurry on that Saturday. And they were very, very low scoring that cold weekend. Yeah, it was that cold Saturday in Chicago.
It's different here, though.
Scores were 2-0 and 1-2.
Yeah, it's different here. Which way where's the wind coming out of? Do we know? Can we get
should be coming from the west with that cold front, you'd think.
So that blows. They're blowing out to the left field side.
Yeah, I don't think they've played a cold weather game. No, they haven't played a cold weather game since that St. Patrick's Day weekend in Chicago.
It's going to hit different here.
And that cold day, again, their offense put up a total. It was a doubleheader. picked up a total of 3 runs.
It's gonna hit different.
3 runs across 2 games.
It's gonna hit different. So good stuff. More to come on this. We'll take our first break, and then the break, you can text in that word KID, KID, to 402-258-2800, 402-258-2800. When we come back, let's jump into the topic, Memorial Stadium. There's a lot of thoughts. I'm seeing some renderings coming out, some things. I have thoughts and how they should translate to what that program is doing and what they should be doing there. Let's talk about that and a whole lot more when we return. Nah, bruh. It will hit different at Haymarket Park today. I didn't realize I was going to have to wear boots, though.
I need to see if I can find some of these renderings.
Yeah, it's just certain. There's a different people are like tweeting them out.
It's a question of whether or not they're real.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't quite know. I don't like it. Breaking. Don't know. The big red rebuild. Oh, Laffy. You're gonna see it. Morning flight. Excuse me.
I think I got a good song.
I nailed it.
This one's thematic. Oh, yeah, there's the rendering. Doesn't look bad. Coming back here, though.
Yeah. Welcome back in the morning, Hookup. You nailed it.
Thank you.
You have visuals, don't you?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Something like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, it's thematic. It's probably coming down soon.
As now, as Elijah mentioned in the first hour, there's some breaking news. Is now the South, as they're now calling it, the Big Red Rebuild. It's hitting the region stock April 24th, I believe. South, pretty much the South Stadium. There's a lot going into it. South Stadium. I think I also read maybe West Stadium, doing some premium type stuff.
Yeah, it looks
Try
like
to make it one of the most premier venues in all of college football.
one of the things I don't like about this, the early impression, is that it would be a 4-tiered South Stadium, and then a 3-tiered West Stadium, which West Stadium's currently that 2-tier.
Yeah.
They'd be adding a new tier with, I'm assuming, premium seating right behind the away.
So I'd assume they're trying to make it more.
Or is that
So they got to go more up and tier it?
Yeah.
To better viewing from up top versus the sliding scale we have now. More outward and go more up.
One thing I will say about this.
Go ahead. Let's let it loose.
Okay.
You don't win. You don't get anything nice.
Two things can be true. two things can be true. Would South Stadium renovation, or is it probably needed given what South Stadium is at this point in time?
Yes.
Yes. Is this renovation going to... Sorry, is the average fan going to get the benefits of this renovation?
No.
This is for that top 2% of earners among Husker fans who can afford premium seating, who want to have, that seating that's right next to the field with all these premium amenities.
It's one of those things that's like, who's your target audience when we're doing this? Who and what are you doing it for? Are there issues on that side? Yes. Are there? I know the whole thing is not, but majority of everything's going to be over there. I mean, what are they saying? Over 600 million now, up from Trev's 450.
And
now there's been rising costs, yada yada, blah blah blah.
Whenever I hear 600 million,
it ain't that. It's 7.
It ain't coming in under budget. I'll guarantee you that.
Nope.
So I look at 600 million I'm taking that with a grain of salt.
It's going to come.
I'd add at least 100 million to that cost.
It's in displacement and replacement. When you talk about what does that mean, tearing down an entire end of a stadium, I think the number was 23,000 fans currently sit there.
Oh, and that's what one of the goals of this project is you'd like to displace those fans, so that then you have good reason to do what you did to the Devaney Sports Center.
This is a receipt.
Yeah.
This is a forced receipt.
Forced receipt. Oh, you've been paying for your season ticket since 1950. I'm sorry, we're no longer grandfathering. And 23,000 fans just lost their seats. We gotta leave this open.
I have 4 seats over there that I do pay for, on the not the free side.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of fans. There are fans like that over there that do pay, that now have to figure out what they're going to do for a full season.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, also when you talk about money, you talk about time. I would also say, if you say it's 600 million, let's say it's 700, and then you put another 50% on the timeline of what they're going to give you if approved. What does that do? What's that look like? Because again, you are going to have fans, like you said, you've been doing that since 1950. Your grandfather clause is gone. You can do this now. Volleyball. Classic, right?
That's exactly what this whole plan is going to be.
That's what the mission of this is. They're going to tell, yes, they want to make it a premier. It is one of the most iconic places in college football. But now it doesn't fit the current mantra of what it means to go from a fan experience to a football game. Because that has changed. That has changed when you talk about fan experience, right? And you've seen Memorial State do some of this stuff with new and improved food. We threw alcohol into the mix, right? How cool would it be to be off the benches and get your own seat? We're talking the Devaney project right now. Get your own seat this year, blah, blah, blah. But now doing that, it costs you more money per seat, whatever else the case is. You're paying for a premium experience.
And I'm wondering as well, with another goal of this project is to be able to hold more events at Memorial Stadium than just football games. You've seen all the concerts that they're bringing in. They'd like to make this a bigger venue for things like that. I'm curious if they're going to be bringing in personal seat licenses into the future. which is huge in the NFL.
Yep. PSLs.
Which
yes.
Just if you're unfamiliar, it means not only you have to pay a donation to get your season tickets, you also have to pay just for the right to buy tickets in any given seat. So if you're going on the resale market, somebody else has already paid for that personal seat license. You can just go and buy tickets, but that's also going to jack up the value on the resale market because somebody's had to pay $300, $400 for the right to purchase season tickets.
Yes. And those also give you, if you did that, they also give you the option to buy those in non-Husker events.
Yes.
They're available to you. I know that happens currently in PBA.
Yes.
PBA, you might have season basketball, whatever level you're at. But then if there's a concert and you have club seats, you could buy them, but they are your first option. You had the first option to say, no, I don't want those for this event.
Yeah. This whole project is about squeezing every drop of juice out of the lemon that is Memorial Stadium. Going to get more events in there. We're going to try to get more money off of every single seat in that stadium. Going to try to raise the revenue. I do wonder how they're going to pay for this.
There's articles written out there that are paid articles that there is conversation there that I'm not going to disclose. They're out there. So we're not in the business of giving away information that people produce, but I've read it. There is a way if this is the case, but I think to me, so let's talk about the casual football fan, how you're going to feel about this.
Well, your game day experience just got more expensive.
It did. Number one. How many people out there right now are translating and go, man, they're going to spend $600 million, whatever the number is, for a team over the last how many years as a 7-win football team on average? What does it do for that product? I pay more. I want more out of you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I want more because these projects, that's what happens. You go to the concession stands and you're paying more because I want a premium whatever. The fan experience needs on that scale, the fan experience and the program itself need to equate to each other. Right? Like I need a 10-win season. That's what fans might go and say, look, I just spent whatever. Right? I don't know. It's like, let's relate it going to a movie theater. My ticket's going to be my ticket. But then I went to the concession stand and did this. Because with doing this, the university is expecting increased revenue from those items. They produce reports showing that already, going to the automated, the cashless system, that they're grabbing more revenue now.
Yes.
Because of cashless. They're expecting more revenue when they do this. Fans are going to go, all right, that if I'm doing that and I'm investing, because this is an investment for fans after you do this, where's the product?
Mm-hmm. I've heard, I can't confirm this, just heard that this new stadium project, they're hoping to increase their football season revenue from Memorial Stadium by about 33%.
See, there it is. I mean, you want more.
I also think
it's a unique environment.
Yeah.
Because I think the casual fan is going to go, wait a minute. These don't. And then they're going to have you're going to have the heartfelt. Volleyball fans went through it. I've been sitting here for the number of years, and now you're just going to kick me out. The landscape's changed.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Here it is. The landscape has changed. This is a revenue-based business.
This is not a stadium expansion, I think, where, as I said to lead it off, your average middle-of-the-road salary-wise Husker football fan is going to be seeing great benefits from this.
Mm-hmm.
This is for the folks that are donating money to NIL projects, that are donating money to the university to get their season ticket. The people that are in the higher earners among Husker fans are the ones that are going to see the benefits from this.
Mm-hmm.
And what I hope, I know there's some studies out there. I don't know. They haven't dove into the exact specific plans here. We have some renderings, but some research would also show you that multi-tiered stadiums such as this, and it's not fully multi-tiered, it'd just be south and west, but multi-tiered stadiums such as this lose a little bit of volume on game day. It gives more places for the sound to escape to. Whenever you don't have that big wall of folks, it's not as loud. I don't think this is Nebraska losing a home field advantage by any means, but if you're losing a couple decibels, does that change anything from Memorial Stadium? I have questions. If you can't tell, I am doubtful about this project as a whole.
I'm looking at the rendering now. I just saw them come across. That's so interesting.
The 4 tiers.
Yeah, that's so wild.
All of them look like what? About the top one looks like it's probably about 40 rows long. All these other look like they're about 25 rows long of tiers.
If you look at it, they'll split it up there too. They're adding that brand new video board, it looks like. And unless that's not part of it, I think it is.
Oh, it is.
Big jumbo board up there. I'm bullish on it too. It becomes a massive marketing opportunity for Nebraska and businesses. I don't know. There's just I'll be interested to see how the regions take it on.
I'll be also curious what this does to the student section.
On my mind, because I think that's another one. I know. I'll say this first. I think the students are in the worst spot in the entire stadium.
Yes.
From a competitive advantage for noise and causing, a 12th man environment. Okay. Not to take it away from A&M.
But you're not going to put them in where the premium seat should be.
The original plan had them in a premium section in the south side. Where have they disclosed where they might be?
Don't know.
Originally, this going back to Trev, and that was the one thing that I think they would rub some of the people the wrong way. Originally, so I sit in the southwest corner above the old tunnel back in the day. Originally, so then I'd be in row 41. There's the walkway, and then that
student section.
That was the original, that lower south area. Which in these renderings would be deemed premium seats. Because you're gonna have to put them somewhere.
Yeah. Because what are students? Future donors.
That's future donors. Yes.
You take care of them while they're in college. You're trying to build Husker fans 20 years from now.
Their potential. Now that's such it's a unique way. It's their potential future donors based on your success. Because I think what you're seeing right now, more future donors, future ones in the student sections in basketball. Mm-hmm. There's increased dollars there for success. That's a whole nother thing. Because we talk about our kids and my kids and like you, right? And you're like what success is in Nebraska.
Well, that's football games, at least during my time, whenever Nebraska was bad. Talking Mike Riley years and Frost years. Bad. Mm-hmm. Football was a social event. Yes. I would say
it was like going to Creighton basketball games.
3 out of every 4 students that were going in that game were going in for the social aspect of a game day and not to go cheer on Nebraska. You're going for the parties beforehand. You're going to go watch a couple quarters of the game, hope for the best, and if not, we'll go party afterwards. What is basketball? Fans that are going down, students, I should say, student fans that are going down to Husker basketball games are going for the team. They're not going for the social event.
Yeah. So I just read this. So Mitch Sherman tweeted this out.
Okay.
Because it goes to the timeline. Remember to talk about the timeline? And this is, I think, if approved by the Regents on April 24th, major work would begin after the 26th season, including overhaul of the South Stadium. The project would be set for 50% completion by the 27 season. And finish in time for 28 kickoff.
All right, so it'll be ready by 2029.
Capacity with time completion 80,000 figure with 20,000 new chairback seats and 7,000 seats dedicated to students and the marching band. Now, it doesn't disclose, but there's some timing that goes in with this and what the priorities are. I mean, obviously, I believe the priority would be to get South Stadium rebuilt, to get people back in there, right? There's so many questions on this and what it means for the future of Nebraska football. This is not going to be for everyone, okay? Maybe that's the theme of this. It's like Nebraska's motto, right? It's not for everyone. There's a selection and process of elimination about to happen at Memorial Stadium, if approved. Thin in the herd. It's happening in volleyball right now. Now I'm like middle of the road. Personally. I'm personally invested in sitting in those seats.
But the fear is that you make Memorial Stadium worse for the average fan, I should say.
Yes.
That for the average
fan and where you're putting them at.
Yes. That it becomes worse. Memorial Stadium becomes quieter. Mm-hmm. The multi-tiered system scares me. A 4-tier system.
Well, because the football fan, where is the football fan sitting? They're not sitting where you need them in the atmosphere of college football.
Mm-hmm.
That's could make it worse. I watched Carolina basketball do this forever. Carolina basketball did this, and they've rectified it since then. They made that premium bowl. And I would tell you this, going to a Carolina basketball game, it was the wine and cheese crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Where up in the second deck were your basketball fans, or halfway up would be halfway up the lower bowl where your basketball fans.
It's about how the Michigan basketball game I went to felt.
Yes. It was like a sweater vest. I'm not picking on sweater vest and
Ascot.
Right. And showing up in your khakis and your loafers. It was a social event. Boy, a lot more to come on that.
Yeah.
A lot more. I know there's a lot of opinions, a lot of questions. That goes to April 24th, I believe, is what I read.
Simplest way to put it, I am not completely against the idea, but I have a fair number of doubts that I would like to see some answers to.
Yes, I would say I'm with you. I understand it.
Yes, I understand why they're doing it.
Yes.
I think what they're going to sell, I would like to see a better reason for why this benefits the common fan.
Yep.
Your average run-of-the-mill
Tell me the one that's
family of 4 type fan that is using their disposable income on Husker football. The average family of 4 that doesn't have an extraordinary amount of disposable income, but they have enough for Husker football. Not premium seats, average seats. You take the kids to them.
Yep.
How does this South Stadium experience benefit those people specifically?
Yes. And if they don't tell you, they don't care.
And we have not heard yet.
Because, again, last thing on that, because that's volleyball. Volleyball, the structure of getting your seats now, they told you number one. Again, I think I understand it. I'm with part of it. And in volleyball, they said, here's the deal. We got to increase the size. There's a lot of people, a lot of money that want seats that can't get seats. You can still have your seats. You still get, if you're a season ticket holder, you can still have that seat. But here's what it's going to cost you now. This is what we have deemed the value of that particular seat. Donation level number 1, seats number 2. Boy, that's so intriguing. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll do This Day in Sports. It's go. Woo. This one will this project, wherever which way they take it, is going to hit harder than anything Nebraska's ever seen.
Yeah.
From a stadium, because this is just next level. Because they volleyball is happening right now. It's done. They're being a season ticket holder. We know that before middle May where our time slot's going to be to go back and see if our seats are still there. Okay. They're going to do that. Basketball will be next. They're going to reseat basketball real soon. Nebraska makes a tournament again.
Yep.
They'll reseat it the following year.
Well, I wonder if they're going to fill in that. Is that the north?
No.
You think they're going to build that up?
Back there, that open area?
Uh-huh.
No.
I know they can.
They can. I think that's a cool part of PBA is that standing room up there. And it gets kind of packed right there. And it's open for the walkway and traffic and, you know. My gosh. I wonder how important I also, the question being, and again, this is way down, like, what if it doesn't get approved? Is there pressure on getting it approved? Does Dan and Nat, is there pressure to get it done? Or the regions go back and go back.
I think with this being voted on next week, my guess is they already think they have the votes that they need.
Yeah, they took it there and said, here it is, which is typically the case. I am apt to some of those Husker Online articles. It kind of gives you a definition on how they'd pay for it. We'll go here next. Let's move that to there and move this out of the way for today. I'm sitting here actually thinking about what the rest of my day's like and the direction I need to go after today. My daily plan is taking me to 84th Street from here. Yeah, how that's gonna all come together.
Okay, I gotta spin the upcoming break just reading this long list of additional details that are in the press release. We're coming back here though.
You got a bunch of them. You want to come back and talk about it?
I need to read it first.
Okay. Well, then we'll this. Welcome back to the morning hookup. You don't put baby in a corner. Some Husker fans are going to be put in a corner. We're going to do this day in sports, and then when we come back to the top of the hour, there's more information that we're getting. We're going to go back to that stadium, big red rebuild. Looking. Jane said they need to build up, not out. So it's really high seats on the east side, have a good view.
That's what it seems that they're doing. They are seemingly building up. Those upper seats in the South Stadium would be about that same level. But renderings are not reality.
Nope. They're pretty marked. I've lived in that world for a long time, especially in the food side. They don't look like that. Oh boy, hey, how about some cool stuff this day in sports? We just had Jackie Robinson Day, which also, by the way, I learned this that Ken Griffey Jr. is also deemed that day as well. Did you know this?
No.
He was the one that first went to the commissioner to ask that to happen.
Oh.
He wanted to wear 42 for the first time and honor Jackie Robinson on that day. which led to a league-wide movement to do it on that day. My kid told me that. Also, by the way, speaking of Jackie Robinson, I did not know this. In 1947 on this day, he got his first major league hit. He bunted for a hit.
Love that.
First major league hit was a bunt.
Love that. We're up against it a little bit here, a short time. But Mickey Mantle, 1951, makes his MLB debut, going 1 for 4.
It was right below the one I had. It was good. Woo. Michael J. Schmidt, by the way, 1976. They trailed 12-1. He hit 4th consecutive home run, the greatest comeback in history. They won 18-16 in 10 innings at Wrigley Field. Hey, when we come back, more on more Husker talk and the Almanac Jeff Moats. We'll be right back.
Annual transition of seasons, spring temperatures most certainly stir the senses for exploring the great outdoors in our parks in Lincoln and Lancaster County. Lincoln offers an extensive outdoor recreation system featuring 168 parks, over 185 miles of trails, and specialized facilities for golf, nature exploration, and pet-friendly activities. The city's trail network is particularly robust, with approximately 144 miles of hard surface trails connecting almost all neighborhoods and major parks. Within the park system is an exciting mix of public golf courses, water recreation, and 5 public off-leash dog runs, including Rickman's Run at Holmes Lake, the largest at 22 acres, Mahoney Park, Roper East, Stransky Dog Run, and Bowling Lake. And if an afternoon of relaxation includes a bobber and a hook, check out fishing opportunities ranging from accessible city park lakes to large state recreation areas. I'm proud of tourism in our community, and it's one more thing I enjoy about life in Lincoln. I'm Jeff Mall.
It's not always the size of the hailstones, but the wind speed and the age of the roof, which result in damage to residential roofing. This is Matt Berkey with Golden Rule Contractors. Hail of any size can do damage if the wind gusts are high enough, and older, more weathered roofs are susceptible to damage. If there's been wind or hail in your area, contact Golden Rule Contractors at grclincoln.com for a free estimate. We'll treat your home as if it were our own.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Is your air conditioner ready for the hot weather ahead? Get it checked now before you really need it. Call Bryant now to schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. Stay cool and comfortable with air conditioning services from Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111 to schedule your AC check. Bryant.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The Strait of Hormuz is back open. The Dow jumped more than 1,000 points, and the price of crude dropped to near $80 a barrel when that announcement was made today by Iran's foreign minister. ABC's Selena Wang has more from the White House.
Shortly after Iran made that statement, President Trump posted on social media that the strait is fully open and ready for full passage. But the president also said that the U.S. naval blockade is still fully in effect until a deal with Iran is 100% complete. The president writing, quote, until such time as our transaction with Iran is 100% complete. The president then went on to say that this should move very quickly and that, quote, most of the points were already negotiated without elaborating further.
The president saying a promise of no further attacks between Israel and Hezbollah was crucial to the reopening. Here's ABC national security analyst Mick Mulroy.
Iran's talking about the ceasefire in Lebanon being the main issue, which I'm sure was an issue for them. Their biggest and most long-standing proxy is Hezbollah. But I do think the blockade had a lot to do with it.
That ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon appears to be holding for now. As Pope Leo celebrated Mass for 500,000 people in Cameroon today, President Trump was once again posting about him. Here's ABC's Rachel Scott.
At the White House, the president also facing questions about his ongoing attacks on Pope Leo.
Lewis, I'm not fighting with him. The Pope made a statement. He says Iran can have a nuclear weapon. I say Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
The Pope never said that. He criticized the president for threatening to destroy an entire civilization in Iran and has preached a message of peace.
In the middle of the night vote, the House extended FISA, but only for another couple of weeks. FISA is the law that allows warrantless surveillance of foreign nationals. Republicans and President Trump had wanted that extended for another 5 years. Now they'll have to work out a compromise. The Dow is up 990 points. This is ABC News.
What are you doing every day to support your liver? If you enjoy sweets, fast food, alcohol, or take any medications, that's a vital question to ask. Hi, I'm Sherry Torkas, pharmacist and health author. For over 30 years, I've helped people make informed decisions about their health, especially concerning prevention and long-term wellness. Supporting your liver isn't just a wellness trend, it's a daily essential. That's why I recommend Active Liver by New Nordic. It's made with plant-based ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and globe artichoke, herbs clinically studied for their protective and restorative effects on the liver. Active Liver blends traditional herbal wisdom with modern scientific research. Not all supplements are created equal. I trust Active Liver because it's backed by science, meets strict quality standards, and delivers true daily liver support.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or you can find it in stores at CVS, Meijer Grocery, Wegmans, and now Active Liver is available at your local GM.
A late night crash by UNL City campus. Good morning, I'm Jeff Motes. We're at 64 degrees at KFOR. A two-vehicle crash late Thursday night at 17th and North Antelope Valley Parkway sent one person to the hospital while another suffered minor injuries. Lincoln Police Lieutenant Chris Weber tells KFOR News a motorcycle, which was northbound on Antelope Valley Parkway, ran a red light at the intersection with North 17th Street.
The motorcycle collided with the side of a sedan, which was driving westbound from 17th Street.
The sedan driver sustained minor injuries. A motorcyclist was taken to a Lincoln hospital in critical condition. On Thursday, Governor Jim Pillen issued a slew of vetoes, including one of LB 1256. That bill would explicitly include snow and ice removal and flood management as emergency management functions in state law. In his veto letter to the legislature, Governor Pillen expressed his objection to aspects of the bill, which would allow counties, cities, and villages to reclassify certain types of services, then exceed property tax caps for those purposes. Pillen estimates that the allowances would cost $40 million a year, and he also urged senators to sustain his veto this year in consideration of the burden to Nebraska taxpayers. State senators are wrapping up the 60-day legislative session today. KFOR and our connoisseur media stations in Lincoln are teaming up with StarTran, Walmart, and Sam's Club to help stuff the bus for the Friendship Home, which is an emergency 24-hour shelter for those experiencing and escaping domestic violence. A lot of everyday items are needed, according to Friendship Home Development Director Danny Juergens.
Things that we're using day in and day out that you don't even think about. But if you didn't have them all of a sudden, how would you, what would you lay your head on at night when you go to sleep if you don't have a pillow or sheets to sleep on? How would you wash your clothes if you don't have laundry detergent?
Stuff the Bus will happen outside of the 4 Lincoln area Walmart stores and 2 Sam's Club locations from 10 to 4 tomorrow and Sunday. Partly sunny, windy. Temperatures will continue to fall through the day today. I'm Jeff Motes, KFOR News.
Your chance at winning $1,000 is happening right now at Lincoln's KFOR. Just enter this winning word by texting it to 402-258-2800 and you could be our next 1K a day winner. Here is this hour's winning word.
Year. Y-E-A-R. Year.
Now text that word to 402-258-2800 for your chance at $1,000 from Lincoln's KFOR.
Mom deserves more than flowers and a card. Enter to win the JTV Mother's Day Getaway at jtv.com/sweepstakes. You could win a 6-night cruise to Grand Cayman, Mexico, and the Bahamas, plus $1,000 spending money and a $1,000 card to shop JTV.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back to the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. What's going on? Yeah, isn't this like some TikTok dance?
I don't know.
When my kids get on their phones, I hear this a lot.
I don't know. This is Four Non Blondes. I don't know. Band name, Four Non Blondes.
I love how this, so in Nebraska, they're going back to, we're going to talk a little bit more. We got more details. Stadium. Big Red rebuild. Nebraska is on their main Twitter page, putting it out now. Setting a new standard for multi-generational success. Sounds so lovely. That's what their tag is. Press releases are out. More details of what they expanded. This is more than just South Stadium. Obviously, the South Stadium tear down rebuild is the major factor of this $600 whatever million.
Yeah. But they're also going to be demolishing the lower bowl in West Stadium.
Think about how many people sit there. That's another.
So
it's a big number.
As we talked about, you see it in the renderings. They're going to move West Stadium from the lower bowl from 1 tier to 2 tiers.
Premium tier next level. So it's going to go in levels. There's a premium. So imagine A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Here's the premium level.
Aside from South Stadium, everything's now going to have, from North Stadium, everything is now going to have a 100 level, a 200 level, a 300 level. And then in the case of South Stadium, it looks like a 400 level as well.
Is it?
What?
When you so they're going to tier everything but the North.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, East Stadium's not getting torn down, but they are going to be doing plenty of renovation to East Stadium as well. Let's see. They're gonna.
Hey, all you football fans, go sit in the North.
Yeah. So West Stadium is going to be demolished, and then that looks like that field level stuff is going to be new, improved, premium seating,
large boxes.
South Stadium, as we already talked about, apparently improved student seating.
That's a big. I wonder where that's going to be. It's got to be close to the field.
Is it that field level, which doesn't look like a huge space?
But didn't it say? Did I read somewhere? There's only like 7,000 seats roughly. I read 7,000 for them and the marching band.
Yes, I'm wondering if that is that field level space, which isn't very many seats.
No, because I wonder what does it get to now? That's a big chunk of in that corner now, right?
Oh yeah,
10
at least. Got to get to the phone lines here in just a second, but it's also going to have a 360-degree concourse at the 100 and 200 level, improved concessions.
I'm in for that. I think that's one part of Memorial Stadium the one thing about the stadium thing that I do think needs to happen in a modern sense of a stadium or an arena is a 360 walk around, right? Because from where I'm at in the southwest corner, it's you cannot access the west. I can't make a little walk. I like to do that when I go to like arenas or stadiums. Gotta get a good view, walk around the entire thing. Because again, if I wanted the upgraded premium food in the South Stadium, I can't get it. I can't get there. Who do we have?
We have John on the line.
John. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Hey, this attempt to reduce the number of seats to 80,000 fans is a big mistake. You know, you think back to the 60s when Nebraska was cultivating their fan base, and they used to have knothole sections, and they were places where young people could afford to come in and watch a game. If they decrease the seating capacity by another 11,000, they're going to effectively shut off any opportunities for young people to come watch Nebraska football games.
100%.
And I think we're going to see the result of that action in 10, 15 years down the road, and we won't have a fan base any longer.
I'm not sure there won't be a fan base any longer, but I 100% agree. You're going to shut off young people to the stadium, lower income people to the stadium. It's about making money. They're going to jack up ticket prices. They want the demand to be higher than the availability, which increase the amount of money in their pockets. And yeah, there's going to be, I think, a lot of common fans, average fans, who are not going to be able to be priced in to go into either as many games as they did before or any games. I 100% agree.
I 100% agree, John.
One of my big doubts.
Awesome. Well, thank you, John. Thanks for taking the time to chime in and hang out with us on a Friday as well.
And that's what I was getting at back in hour one, whenever I was mentioning the fact that I need to see more concrete ways this improves the experience.
Fan bases are built
and the opportunities for common, average, young families.
Fan bases are built on those people. Okay. But this is where we can say everything can be true. Yes, but I get the other revenue stream side, right? I get that with increasing landscape of college athletics, all the things, all the factors. I think we can part this separate too. I don't believe this has anything to do with recruiting or what. I think this is all fan experience, all driving revenue, all driving all those bottom line dollars.
It's all driving revenue.
That's it.
Okay,
let's not get it confused.
Right. They say this,
but I also think this is not also connected to because a lot of fans are going to go NIL. I think that's over here. This is revenue driving university football revenue, point blank.
Well, and to John's point here, once this is all done and supposedly 2028, we'll see if they stay on a construction timeline. I would be surprised. Look at NFL games. What's your get-in price, ticket-wise, for a cheap seat in an NFL game? It's at least $200. If you want to go to an NFL game and sit in the cheap seats up in the 300 level, it's going to cost you at least $200 a seat.
Yep.
Unless you're going and watching a terrible team week 17 in bad weather, which, hey, that's going to come around for Husker fans. I'm sure there's probably going to be some games that's 24 degrees and blowing a wind against a team that you don't care about all that much, and you can find some tickets for cheap. But I would be surprised if the get-in price for Husker football games moving forward is less than triple digits for your average game.
Arlo, that winning word is year, Y-E-A-R.
Yeah, go into that KFORnow.com.
I will also say this. I think you and I talked this during the break. I want to hear more. I do, as a fan. You made a point. I think was it during the break or in the last segment that they wouldn't be taking this vote if they didn't feel like they had enough. This is happening. I think we'd be putting our head in the sand if we didn't think that this was happening. You don't take these things that quickly to a vote, or if it's planned out, if you don't think you have enough. This has already been discussed and talked about. This is where we're at. I think Husker fans get ready for this. And I think in the world of business, this isn't where it's stopping either. They've done Devaney. They're going through the process now. Football is on the docket. Basketball not too far to follow. With their success that's happening, I think this is the way it is. It's the way of the world. It's the way of business. It's interesting, but there are a lot of questions, I think, from the fan themselves. I fear for what John just said. That's the fan side. I fear for that. I don't fear for the revenue side. I think that will come. It'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to what I said, what you said was they don't do this without the straw poll of like already saying this is going to happen. We're going to get the vote. We got to go through the process. This is happening. Husker Nation, this is happening. It just is. Now, the fear of the heart part, the heart over here going, man, the families that aren't bringing their kids anymore. How do you build fandomship? You get them in the games. You get them in the doors. You give them the entire experience, but and it's you do it on a consistent basis, right? That's how you build them. And that's not, I don't say it's to be taken away chances will now become less and less and less as this continues to happen. But it's going to happen. Devaney happened. Memorial Stadium's going to happen. Basketball is going to happen. It's just the way it is.
It's all about the almighty dollar.
Yes.
And as I said, they're going to try to squeeze every drop of juice out of the lemon that is Memorial Stadium.
Yeah.
And everything that has happened really since Troy Danon has become AD has been about setting up Nebraska for financial success.
Mm-hmm. Future long-term success. I mean, their tweet says it too, generational success.
It's about getting the finances in order.
Mm-hmm.
That's what college sports is about right now because of the NIL era. The
Well,
can of worms
ahead.
that you opened is that the richest schools are going to have the most success. And that was already probably the case.
Yeah.
It wasn't it wasn't hard and fast. It's hard and fast now. If you have more money, you're going to be more successful.
You want to get yourself, you want to continue to have yourself set up to have a seat at the table. Because the evolution of this whole thing is still continuing.
Well, you know what gets you a seat at the table? Winning games.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You know what would happen with this?
But I think
do you think there would be any doubts about this project if Nebraska went 11-1 last year?
No. I think that's why it got tabled before. Not the time. Not the environment. I mean, again, but watch how it happens. Look how quickly they struck with basketball after a Sweet 16, right? With financial flow happening real quick from a younger generation of fans that finally saw a winner and are bought into a program that is showing success over time. How many went 3 seasons in a row? It's showing improvements. Your coach and staff are telling you, and they're delivering. Unfortunately, that's not. Unfortunately, in the business world, when the big dog speaks, the big dog gets. Football writes the checks, right? You're not going to step on that toe in this, and it's just what it is.
Okay, let's to wrap up this conversation here. Let's put this on a scale of 1 to 10. I think each of our answers here will probably be slightly different. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your excitement with this project? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your trepidation with this project? Like on a sliding, we could just do this on a sliding scale of 10 being supremely confident. This is a better idea. 10 being supreme that this is going to be great for everyone. Everyone's going to love it. 10, everyone's going to love it. There will be no one by the time this is done who dislikes anything about it. And 1 being, this is a major mistake. This is a catastrophe in Nebraska. Fan experience will suffer. Financials will suffer. This is a bad thing for Nebraska. Where are you at?
6. Because I will deem this, when I'm putting the two together, the financials are going to succeed.
Yes.
That's why I'm a 6. Maybe a 6.5. There's no doubt the financials don't succeed. And I think that, looking ahead from the business side, is the best thing. The drawback is the fan side.
Yeah,
I think this is a 2.
Isn't
right?
Isn't the stadium for fans, though?
It is, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not. It's for certain fans, but it's not. Because I don't think that. Here's the thing, and I think Nebraska is unlike any other place in the country. No matter what you do, guess what's going to happen? They're going to fill every place they go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Football, they're going to fill it. They know that. Basketball, they're going to fill it. They know that. Devaney, they're going to fill it. 10,000 seats next year. They know that. And that's just the way it is. That's not taken for granted. It's just going to happen. So I'm a 6.
Mm-hmm. I'm about a 5 in that I'm looking at this mostly through the fan perspective. Like, I agree with you. This will be financially for the University of Nebraska. They will make more money every single year. And I think there will be elements of the fan experience that people like. You talked about the 360 concourse. People are going to like that.
Oh, man.
I think there's going to be probably some better areas within the new stadium expansion, bars, restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe someday sports books.
Upgraded selections of this and that.
There's going to be things that people enjoy.
Yeah.
But I think there's also going to be a ton of people that are going to go sit in this new stadium and say, man, I miss the way it used to be.
Oh, there's me, every one of those.
And I think there's going to be a large number of people that went from going to 7 home games a year to 1 or 2.
Yeah.
From a financial point of view. They're not going to be able to make season 7 games work in budgets anymore.
Nope.
Prices are going up.
They are.
And people are going to sit back and say, financially, I can't make season tickets work anymore. I'll go to 1 or 2. I'll pick and choose. Hey, I'll look at a 3-game mini package from the University of Nebraska. I'll go to 2 non-con games and 1 conference game, and that's going to be it for the year. I can watch a lot more games at home on my couch.
I'm good.
Boy, I think you're going to see a lot more of that, and I think there will be fans that 3 years down the road are going to sit back and be like, I do miss how it used to be when I could go to every single game, and yeah, did I get every single concession that I wanted?
No,
but
boy, there's a lot going in this, and there'll be a lot more questions and hopefully some answers as the fan perspective you continue down the road. But let's take a break. When we come back, it's the Almanac. Jeff Modes. Outside, well, it's dipping. I found my wife to doesn't even find where they're help for Taylor. I need Elijah's. I need headphones. Oh, we didn't get you set up today. We've been locked in. We apologize to our distinguished guest. I'm not so distinguished.
All right. Okay, I'm trying to get into here.
Can't figure out the.
Is it the top one?
The E starts with an E. The ESPN one.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna send you something here, Hooksy.
Okay, thank you.
Is it the capital E and then the rest?
All capitals.
All caps.
Oh, okay.
I had that. I messed around with that the other day too.
There we go. I don't know if you can hear me. I can't hear myself.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, let's I'll turn your mic on. That probably helps.
We've been heavy into Big Red Rebuild.
Yeah. I have to explain. I went down to media briefing. I made that post. I basically copied that news release and put it up on the website in our news section. Because right when I walked into the briefing down there at the Hall of Justice is when I got that email. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yep.
That's a big deal. Probably need to shut the door, don't I?
Who's coming in?
You never know.
It's one big happy family.
Will be.
Will be.
Will be.
Well done, Moats.
Okay. Don't see a link.
Do you want me to email it to you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just gonna pull it up on the.
No.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Oh, I can do that too?
Yeah, I think so.
Just send me the link.
I need to find a song. Ugh.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Happy Husker Homer Friday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Nailing it today.
You missed the post. Post is where you intro a song before the lyrics kick in. That's your time to talk when
Oh.
you're introducing it, and you stumbled over the.
That's
You missed the post.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry. I don't.
I'm
You
usually
know
really
what?
good at it too.
You know what? I just like to tease you a little
Well,
bit.
to be fair, I set it up poorly. Usually, I like to do words to kick off, and
Pretty
in this
early.
part here,
Yes.
this is a great part to talk over. Like usually, I like to set the lyrics, so you can listen to it a little bit, and then you get into the musical break,
Right,
and then there's a good time to talk.
Well, I'm always conscious too, because isn't there like we got to be careful with how much we play and when I can talk and all that stuff. You get flagged on some stuff. I don't know. I messed up once today.
If you're on social media, yes,
Listen, man.
you have to be careful.
I got one like.
Anyway, I just like to tease you about that stuff.
I got one like. Okay, critical enough. I don't need it from everywhere.
Motzi, do you get your thoughts here? We've been spending a lot of time talking about this new Memorial Stadium renovation plan. We've seen a couple iterations of it. This one, from Hooks and I's conversation, we considering the votes coming down a week from today, we have a pretty good feeling that this one's going to be passed by the Board of Regents next week.
It's certainly possible. I mean, it's to consider. That's the key word. It's to consider whether or not they should go ahead with the plan, which chances are it looks like it's pretty good compared to what the previous plan was, that got kind of tabled. What was it, a couple of years ago that got tabled?
Yeah.
Yep.
2020.
It was like 2023
Yeah.
that was brought to the Board of Regents, and then it was, you didn't really hear much after that.
Well, didn't it get initial approval by the Board of Regents, and then a few months later they decided to table it?
Is that when Dannon came in and pretty much said, "Hey, this isn't the right environment"?
Well, it was after Trev Alberts, because Trev Alberts left early 24.
I thought there was something else happening in that time frame.
There were a few other things too.
Wasn't that in the time frame again? There was university stuff going on academically. There was a shortfall in the academic side.
Budget wise.
Yes. And then athletics said, hey.
Yeah. So they took a step back.
Hey, remember whenever Nebraska was supposed to be playing Tennessee in 2026 in a home game?
Yep.
And they canceled it because they said half of the stadium was going to be torn down and they needed more budget, more ticket revenue. They needed to add more home games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that BS argument?
Debacle.
Or, oh, no, it's about the stadium. It's about revenue. No, it's about being scared to play Tennessee.
Yep, where do I want to play? Stay away from us, please.
Anyway, that's just a quick aside here.
But, I have not seen any other completed updates yet in great detail. I will here at some point. But, I think for Nebraska, the demand is there, obviously, for people wanting to go watch games. It's been that way forever. I remember going down when you could go see a game and, they had 76,000 people there.
Yep.
Then it went up to like 90 something. Now it's what is it now exactly? About 80 85, 90-ish.
The official capacity.
I think the official capacity is like, what is it, 87?
87. They're trying to get 87. To 80.
Okay.
The number we're hearing is 80.
Well, and they have to do some updates with ADA mandates and requirements that they have to comply with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's understandable.
Yeah, there's must and haves and wants and needs and all types of these things. So a lot more to come with that. We'll get the Almanac. Jeff Moats is here to talk a little prep baseball and updates on that East is still rolling.
Yeah, the only thing that they had to go wrong was a lost Omaha West Side last Saturday. And I believe, what was that? The Frank Ryan invite up at Millard West. Help me out here, Elijah. I'm trying to think. There was an invite which West Side, I think, went on to win, and they beat East High, and they handed East their first loss of the season. And then you get to the Heartland Athletic Conference tournament this week, fellas, and, East, came in. They got a first-round bye. They were the top seed of the tournament. They ended up playing Lincoln North Star, winning 11-1. And then you get to the semifinal on Wednesday, and East had like a 9-0 lead, and then Columbus hit a grand slam in the bottom or the top of the
Whoa.
7th, and it looked like, well, maybe they weren't quite done yet, but East got the 9-4 win. The other semifinal featured Grand Island and Lincoln Southwest. That's one game I did get to see. And I will tell you this, fellas, if I had to pick a team outside of Lincoln, outside of Omaha, that maybe would stand a good chance of making a postseason run, it's Grand Island. They're just so fundamentally sound. They're very, very smart when it comes to base running. They're quick on the base paths. They can put the baseball into play, knock in runs when necessary, and they're just very well disciplined in my opinion. They're very well disciplined from that aspect. Pitching's not bad. But the thing is that they got a jump start on Southwest, and Southwest, they were held hitless through 4 innings. They didn't get their first hit until the 4th, and they plated 2 runs and they had 2 hits. And Grand Island exploded for 6 runs in the 6th inning. Wow! They made it 11-2, and then Southwest on the other half of the 6th, they got 5 runs coming in. I thought, well, maybe this is where Southwest starts to wake up a little bit. And then Grand Island, man, they got things done in the bottom of the 7th and secured a victory. And then they ended up playing Lincoln East in the final of the Hack tournament. And you talk about a pitching duel. It was a pitching duel. Grayson Bjorkman and Sino Aranaga were the guys that got it done for Lincoln East in a 1-0 victory over the Islanders. Braden Erickson had the lone hit of the game, an RBI infield single, and that was it. That was the only run of the game that made the big difference. And so East wins their 4th Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament championship in baseball, and they're back in action today. They got North Star out at Den Hartog at 4:30 this afternoon, which is another big city game. And so East goes in at 17-1. And is this a team that's going to be touched by anybody in the city? You're now in week 5. You've got 3 more weeks to go, and before you start districts. And the way the East is playing baseball right now and hitting the ball and their pitching, it's pretty superb. But they've been challenged. Again, Westside beat them last weekend. Grand Island only held them to a 1-0 win. So again, they'll be challenged, but it's, this team that we've talked about a lot here on this show has not lost any steam moving forward otherwise.
I mean, it's just the class of baseball in this state is Lincoln East, and it's been that way for a couple of seasons now. The sport of baseball means that you're not always going to have your A game, and sometimes other teams are going to play up to your level. But the fact that this Lincoln East team is grinding out victories even when they seemingly aren't playing their best, or they're going up against a team that is playing better than they've played all season long,
right?
It's kind of the proof that this Lincoln East team, I mean, it's a continuation of what they've been for a couple of years now.
Well, let's look at the standings in the wild card points. West Side's 1 now. They're 16-2. East is 2 at 17-1. Miller North is 3 at 14-4. Miller North was last year's runner-up in Class A to Lincoln East. Southwest is 4th. Prep is 5th. And then you got Miller North, Elkhorn South, and Grand Island is 8. So if you had the state tournament pick today, Islanders would make the state tournament.
Yep.
And I think they would be a team that if they played a West Side, they could pull out all the stops and pull out probably one of the biggest upsets of the year. And a credit to what Kirby Wells has done out there at Grand Island with that program. They're very well disciplined, as I said, and I think they're a team that everybody needs to watch out for moving forward. With 3 more weeks left of regular season action to go before districts.
And there are still some huge potential games upcoming here for Lincoln East. It should be noted. They have Southwest coming up next week.
That's the biggie.
They have also Scott Catholic, who's been playing good baseball down in Class B. That's their final game of the regular season, I believe, coming out here at the end of the month. So.
Yeah, and then they got, I think, a city game with Northeast coming up. Was it the last Monday of April.
It's that last. I know it's the last week of the season.
Okay, you might be right. So in that particular time frame. Speaking of Class B in Omaha Scott, Scott sitting fourth in the points there, but man, Omaha grows all of a sudden.
Boy.
They're 14-0. Elkhorn North is second, 13-2. Platte Valley, 12-1. That's Ashland Greenwood, and I think Louisville. I think those are the co-op schools.
It's Ashland Greenwood, Louisville. There's one more school.
Not Weeping Water. I can't remember who else. Not you. Is it UTAN?
It's Plattsmouth.
No, I think Plattsmouth has their own team. It might be UTAN. I can't remember. But anyway, then you got Scott, you got Ralston, Seward, Waverly, 7th, Bennington, 8th. I mean, that's a pretty good run of teams there. And then on the outside looking in, with Blair is Lincoln Standing Bear. Yeah. And saw them last Friday against Norris. That was a very good ball game. Jackson Menzel with an RBI walk-off single in the bottom of the 8th to give Standing Bear a 3-2 win. And they bounced back and won that game. And, credit to them. That's a program that was a much-needed win for them. And they're in the middle of the Eastern Midlands Conference tournament this week. But yeah, Standing Bear, Blair, then you got Bennington, Waverly, Seward, Ralston, Scott, Platte Valley, Elkhorn North.
Norris in there,
13th?
13th?
Norris has dropped. Gross, by the way. Well, yeah, Norris 13. So that was from bottom to top there in B. But yeah, Norris at 13th, and they're at 11-5. And then really quick looking at Class C, and we've talked a lot about Malcolm. They're 10-4. They're at the top of the standings. You got Central City Centura, who suffered a loss recently. Then you got Lincoln Lutheran that played Central City Centura yesterday, and then Lincoln Christian, and then in between those you got Guardian Angels, Central Catholic, West Point Beamer, Elkhorn, Mount Michael. So it goes Malcolm, Central City Centura, Guardian Angels, Mount Michael, Lincoln Lutheran, Lincoln Christian, Arlington, Omaha, Roncalli, and then Auburn and Adams Central out of Hastings looking in there at 9 and 10 respectively. So still a lot of baseball to go, fellas, but these are highly, when you look at the records of all these teams in each of these three classes, very respectable records. All are very good programs. All are very competitive. They're just beating up on each other too much.
They are. There's a lot of that going on.
So that's common, that's common sight around this time of the year anyway. But yeah, from here on forward, I mean, all the games matter now to see where everybody stands in terms of seeding for districts, and then of course from there the state tournament.
Moach, looking at the top of these classes, have you identified what sets them apart? You talk about a team like Grand Island. Can they do? Would that be a team that has the depth to withstand some of these teams at the top? Whereas you look at, I'm asking because it's like you look at East or you look at Gross that probably has pitching depth.
That's probably one. That's probably one difference maker. Grand Island's got some pitching depth, and then you look at East. I mean, they got a whole arsenal of guys that they can go to. Southwest. I saw Southwest the other day, and Southwest is kind of hit and miss when it comes to pitching. Some guys got some good earn run averages, and you got others that are they've been struggling a little bit. But yeah, I think it comes down to pitching, number one. If you've got that depth on the mound, that's going to help you out. That's going to keep arms fresh, because when you get to the state tournament, you can have your opening day starter start day one, and then if you make it all the way through and get to the championship, have them ready to go for the championship game. Some teams may not have that, and I think those are the teams that will probably struggle a little bit. But if you've got the right depth, you got the right rotation going, man, it doesn't matter. I think your chances of winning out are very, very great. But there are others that not just, they may not have the pitching, but they got the defensive help that may be a factor. And then the offense comes into play, as you very well know. If you can swing the bats, get base runners on, a lot of teams are doing the small ball thing. You get the lead guy on base, you're squaring a bunt, you're looking to advance and get runs, and a lot of teams are doing that. It doesn't matter if you're Pius, East, Grand Island, West Side, Southwest, whoever. They're all doing that. They're all being very strategic with their style of baseball. And even the teams that are struggling too are doing that. I mean, it's all about trying to get runs in the game of baseball, and they're doing everything they can, especially if one team may be weak in one area but strong in the others. That's what they're trying to do.
It's Jeff Moats with us here at the Almanac, talking some prep baseball. And Moatsy, as you do look ahead to district action here in postseason play, obviously it's a different game than regular season with the depth of arms, the importance of offense. Who are the teams that you're kind of watching right now that are on the edge of potentially being a district host in that Class A field? Are there any teams? I know Southwest and Lincoln East seem pretty squarely in as district hosts. Are there any other teams that could be potential with a hot close to the season to be a district host here in Lincoln?
Right. Well, here in Lincoln right now, I think your teams for sure are going to be East and Southwest. The next team down outside of that within the Lincoln area, you got Southeast at 6-9, North Star 6-7, Northeast is 3-11, Lincoln High 2-12, and that's where things kind of drop. There's a major drop between where Southeast is versus Southwest and Lincoln East. You look at Southeast, they're sitting 16th in the points. I think it's safe to say that if things were to be figured out today, East is going to host A2 district, Southwest the A4 district based on where they're placed at in the point standings, and then Southeast will be on the road, Northeast will be on the road, Lincoln High will be on the road, North Star they'll be on the road unless something happens where one of those teams goes on a huge win streak to finish out the regular season. But West Side will be a host, East, Millard North, Southwest Prep, Millard South. I think those are your top 6 right there if they were to pick districts today. And then, of course, the 2 teams on the outside looking in trying to host a district site would be Elkhorn South and Grand Island. So, and then, of course, everybody else below would have to be on the road and playing elsewhere. But, yeah, right now the 2 teams from Lincoln, I think, East and Southwest for sure. Even moving forward here in the next couple of weeks, if they keep up and still maintain pretty decent records and keep their positioning, they're going to host districts. When you look at B, really nobody from the immediate Lincoln area. It looks like Waverly, Waverly and Standing Bear, Northwest, and Norris, and even Pius X would be on the road playing district games in B. Class C, it's safe to say Malcolm right now would be a district host. And then Lincoln Lutheran, Lincoln Christian would be the other teams that could host districts moving forward. In fact, Lincoln Christian in the 6th spot, Lutheran in the 5th spot, because the district alignment, again, as we talked about, I think it was last week we talked about this, there are 6 district tournaments, and there will be 6 district champions and 2 at-larges or 2 wild cards. That's the old formula for the wild card system that they had for basketball for many years until they mixed things up about 20 years ago. And so that seems to work better for baseball. And so that's what the teams are vying for. So, if you're Lincoln Christian, Lincoln Lutheran, you're vying to keep your spots to where you can host district tournaments. But we'll see what happens here as we move forward after this weekend. Still a lot of baseball to be played.
It's the Almanac, Jeff Moats. You got questions?
I do have a trivia question.
Oh, I knew you did.
You got questions?
You got questions?
I heard things.
I got 2 here.
Ooh.
Oh, double.
I'm trying to decide which one would be the better question.
Both.
Well, let's try them out.
Give him the easier one first, then you get to bonus.
I don't think either of them are easy. Okay.
It's the Almanac.
We talk about the importance of pitching.
Yeah.
Especially come state tournament time. So this is a pitching related question.
Okay.
There are 3 players in Nebraska high school baseball history that pitched an ERA in a season of 0.00. 1 in Class A, 2 from Class B, 2 in Class B, both from the same school, in fact. Can you name me any one of those 3 players who across an entire season had an ERA of 0.00?
Can you give me a general time frame, Regis?
Let's see. I'll give you the years. One of them happened in 1969. One of them happened in 2013. One of them happened in 2024.
Huh.
0
ERA. That's
2024. Would that be? Was it the Ziola kid from Scott?
It was not. The one that happened in 2024, I know the player was not a full-time starter. He was a closer.
Okay. Man, you got me on that one.
2 of these 3 players are currently playing professional baseball. If that helps you.
Okay.
Ooh, that did help. Look at that. We went,
what's his name from Roncalli?
No.
That's with the Phillies?
No.
Bohm.
Bohm, no, not him.
Not Bohm?
Nope.
Cale Fountain?
Yes, there's one.
Boom.
2024. Cale Fountain was a closer for that Norris team.
And he had a 0 ERA.
0.00
Okay.
ERA.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, no, he might have had like a 1.20 ERA or something.
There's another one from Norris.
Jackson Reitz?
Yes, 2013, 0.00 ERA. Last one, 1969.
What school?
It's Class A. 1969. Pretty dominant baseball power.
Was it Creighton Prep?
It was Creighton Prep in 1969.
Was it Tim McGuire?
It was not. This player also has the record for the most consecutive shutout innings with 39.
I can't.
Jim Jacobson.
Jim Jacobson. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
So those are the 3 players in Nebraska high school baseball history to throw
Wow.
0.00 ERA. Jim Jacobson, Jackson Reitz, Cale Fountain.
And Bluto has a 0.0 grade point average still.
I don't think he's academically eligible to pitch.
No.
He went on to become a U.S. Senator, though.
Good stuff.
So was that the one question, or was there another?
Oh, the other question, which is somewhat similar, is the complete games record. There's only one player listed here with 28 career complete games. Not one of those 3 players, though.
What?
Greg Olson.
No, this is a player from Nebraska City, 2007 to 2010.
Oh, what's his name? He played in Nebraska.
Yeah. We already had him in a question.
It was it's Logan. We talked about him.
Yeah, Logan Ehlers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That guy.
Because I was thinking, like, man, it'd be nice to have a complete game performance in the state tournament. That will really help out your team. But yeah, Logan Ehlers, 20 complete games.
You ever seen a no-hitter in all levels of baseball?
Never a 7-inning.
Okay.
I've seen a 5-inning combined with multiple pitchers.
Okay.
Which doesn't really feel like it counts.
No, that doesn't count.
No.
There was a kid from Beatrice back in 2004 at the state tournament, and he pulled off a no-hitter. And I think Parks was his name, if I remember right. He was the one that pulled off a no-hitter.
You know what the longest no-hitter is in Nebraska high school baseball history? 9-inning no-hitter. Who else? Jim Jacobson.
Creighton Prep.
Creighton Prep.
There you go.
Awesome. Motzi.
All righty, fellas.
Good stuff, Moats.
Have a good sports weekend, okay?
You too, my friend. That was the Almanac, Jeff Moats. Let's take our final break, come back, talk a little Husker baseball when we return. More, or.
Man. Good stuff.
So I was on the season-long ERA list. I was expecting to have a Tucker Timmerman sighting.
I don't know.
He was a good pitcher down at Beatrice.
And he had like a 0.3 something ERA his junior year. Because I remember I amped him in a district game against Platte Valley. And he obviously threw a complete game shutout. He was like a 3 or 4 hitter. I thought I'd see him on the list, but he was not actually. You have to be sub 0.3 ERA to make the list of lowest ERAs in the season.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you imagine having that for an ERA?
If I remember correctly, Timmerman gave up, I think it was 2 earned runs all season long.
Oh, is that
as
right?
a starter. I think he had 1 unearned run as well.
Wow. You know what? I think, baseball in general in this state, it's good baseball. I mean, you got some good players. I mean, when you look at them, it's not widely abundant that they're in the pros. I mean, you got a lot of guys that go minors, but and there have been a number that have made the show. But considering for Nebraska's population, it's been a decent showing. Especially out of Omaha, and you see kids from Lincoln, obviously, with Alex Gordon and Jabba Chamberlain, and who's left playing? Is it Hellman? Hellman from Pius X?
Michael Hellman,
yeah, he's still playing. Yeah, man, that's great. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're playing majors, you're playing minors, you're playing independent ball. Hey, more power to you, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're playing.
Yeah. Well, next Friday morning, we're going to be busy with that Regents meeting.
Oh, boy.
Yes, we are.
Oh, boy.
The news cycle changed today, and it's going to be part of the news cycle next week.
Yep.
So, all right, fellas, we'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Moti. I'm going to come back and talk pitching. Pitching is going to be the talk of the weekend. I'm still stressed how I'm going to get to the left. I got to go down here.
Don't.
I got to go down here and make my way around.
You have to make numerous rights to get
I'm
left.
trying to get to the site today. I'm like, good gosh.
3. If you can go on the way to my house. You're gonna have to go because Adams is closed. You're gonna have to go. Yeah, you have to go down to 33rd Street to Huntington, all the way up Huntington, back across to Adams and up Adams.
Okay, that's fine. That's not terrible.
Yeah, you could either get over to Adams at 48th or 70th.
That's better than I was anticipating. Oh,
It's a few extra minutes on the drive.
I think.
And worse if you get a train.
I think I'm happy. I call that getting a few.
Done got feud.
I got feud.
It's a verb now.
I got. Welcome back in the morning. Hookup special thanks here to the Almanac Jeff Moat. You were talking about pitching. We're that's I think that's the theme this week in Haymarket Park is pitching. But I know it's early in the season, but what Mason Miller is doing right now with the Padres, brilliant. 9 games, 9 1/3 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts, 1 walk. His whip is .21. Dominant.
He's unhittable. Simply put, unhittable.
I mean, it's incredible.
A 103 mile an hour fastball combined with like an 89, 90 mile an hour wipeout slider.
Yeah,
it's 2 pitches. He's doing it with 2 pitches. And both pitches on their own right are borderline unhittable because it's 103 mile an hour fastball and it's got a little tail to it as well.
Yeah,
it's a 4-seamer that right at the end's got a slight bit of tail, and then not to mention a 89 mile an hour slider.
That drop of action you're talking about right there, that difference in speed it's unhittable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair.
I've never seen in recent years batters look more uncomfortable in the box whenever they're facing. It's guesswork because he can throw either pitch in any count. And even if you know it's coming, they're both damn near impossible.
Yes. If you get a chance, watch that because it's crazy. When they get to him, it's over. And they're now, I believe, 8-game winning streak. Also, by the way, keep up with Mike Trout. Hit another home run last night. That's 5 in 4 games.
And he's putting together another historic season and a season that the Angels missed the postseason.
I know, but
the question is just, does he stay uninjured? And is there any relevant baseball going on in Angel Stadium?
No.
come
both
July.
probably is the answer. No. But again, tonight, by the way, 6 o'clock tonight, first pitch at Haymarket Park, number 12 USC will be in town taking on Nebraska. Big series, Big Ten Plus, Nebraska Public Media will have that game on Sunday. That's a 12 o'clock start, 6, 2, and 12, respectively, coming up.
Before we get out of here, I've brought this up multiple times this week. Boo Big Ten Network for not putting any of these games on Big Ten Network.
It's a complete and total utter disaster. And again, but it goes back to what you said. It shows you how much they care about baseball in the Big Ten.
They don't.
They don't. They're telling you they don't.
Or what they put on TV, the be all end all? No. But it's a very, very big warning flag.
Yep.
Whenever they're putting lacrosse on instead of baseball.
What they think see on this, I was reading this, that we're really cool from a former Husker perspective. When they're on Nebraska Public TV on Sunday, former Husker Brian Dunsing on the call. That'd be really cool. But again, it's also not fair that I have to go find hand warmers and gloves and hats for tonight either. So just throw that out there.
It'll be 55 at first pitch.
Yeah, blowing 25.
Yeah.
You got to think further ahead about what it's going to be in the 40s by the time when that sun goes down. So, good stuff. Elijah, thank you. Everybody that hung out with us this week, thank you. You guys have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Go Big Red. We'll catch you on Monday.